Let's take the discussion on markets forward with Devendra Singhal, who is joining us from Kotak KMC, of course, manages the hybrid fund. Devendra, afternoon. Thank you so much for your time. It appeared to be a shallow and a very swift correction which happened in the market. Thanks to your community, there's a lot of liquidity coming into the AMCs, which is and they are of course deploying it, and hence it's turning out the whatever shakeouts are happening are very sharp and very swift and shallow. Talk to us about where are you finding most value right now in the listed part for the universe which you look at first.
Thank you, Ajay. A very good afternoon to you and your viewers. Thanks for me having here. Ajay, it's wrong to say that market is having some concentration on the value side. I would say that wherever the market is finding growth and finding growth to be sustainable and the valuations are reasonable, there the market is moving up. And that is where the segments which the market is basically wrapping up those names. So it's not value per se, but I think in a market like India, where the growth is always at a premium, so wherever you are finding growth which is better than the market and the valuations are attractive, people are just going there.
Let's talk about commodity universe, especially metal and mining companies. For once, I'd like your thoughts about. Do you see value in them?
See, right now the commodity stocks have been beaten down, and globally also you are seeing that there's been a lot of talks about economies getting slowed down therein. So to that extent, you are seeing the metal prices to be, especially the overall commodity prices to be under pressure, be it metals, be it oil and gas, and so. Now, for an economy like India, which is basically more of a user of these commodities, we are finding it more useful to us. But overall, if you look at the commodity side, I think they're still under pressure, but it is definitely good for India.
Which part of the market are you most comfortable buying if the market goes to a corrective phase going forward?
Ajay, we are very, very bullish on the entire manufacturing space in the country. And we are also hopeful of a revival in the overall consumption levels. Now, if you look at that space, together with the infrastructure development which is being happening and is likely to capture further pace, I think we are bullish on these segments by and large therein, and these are offering opportunities at every levels for us to increase positions.
Consumer, that's interesting. Does it mean FMCG, QSR, these kind of restaurant companies, because they've had very bad same-store sales, very bad volume growth for last almost 3-4 quarters. Is it time to make a basket approach there?
Well, not maybe more urban-centric, but more on the rural-centric, because that has been one segment which has been under pressure for quite some time. I think with monsoons being pretty decent over the last 3 years, and the fear for this year being a bad on terms of monsoon is also getting allayed. Together with the steps taken by the government, election-led spending which is happening, and overall increase in the employment side on the rural, I think we are hopeful that we are towards the end in terms of where the degrowth is being happening, and you to soon start seeing growth happening on that count.
Devendra, on this point of utilities, which end of the utilities? Are you liking power generation companies, legacy ones, or the renewables one? Or do you like transformer companies? Or how are you playing the utility theme?
See, if you're bullish on the overall manufacturing, and we are also seeing that India's per capita GDP is now cost $2,500, right? So the power consumption is going to increase all across. Now, to play this, you have various aspects. You could play capital good companies, you could play utilities, and thereon. However, we do find that utilities currently, with the kind of ROEs they've been generating, they are actually attractively poised or valued in the market for us to be there. So that is one part of it. So both gas utilities and power utilities looks pretty interesting to us.
All right, Devendra, we'll let you go on that one. Thanks so much for joining us with your take on the market and the area which you prefer.